Well, a fine good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history from my living room, as you can see. I mean, today it's beautifully sunny outside, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Figure 32 degrees Fahrenheit equals 0 degrees Celsius. It's not, so it's probably single digits Celsius outside with, I think it's a northwest wind, so brr. And between, and I would normally be out on a day like this, but admittedly, I don't actually feel too well today. I overdid it yesterday. It was like yesterday was on steroids, and today, wow. Yep, no energy and just, no. Just no. I decided last night I wasn't going to go out and film today, regardless of weather. So, but tomorrow, it's supposed to be a bit warmer, and I've been printing stuff off to travel to tomorrow to film. So I'm actually pretty super excited about that stuff. Got some buildings lined up. Yay, buildings! I've been doing Lakeview Cemetery for quite a while now. Today is part 8. So, although the Converse monument is gorgeous with that angel, have you watched that video yet? From March 22, 2022. I recommend it, shall we say. Anyway, so today what I'm offering is a book recommendation. In fact, the book I'm recommending, I don't actually have a copy of this book, believe it or not. I'm just as surprised as you are, actually, but this is the book, The Nuremberg Trial by John and Anne Tusa, T-U-S-A. And it's narrated by Ralph Cosham, capital C-O-S-H-A-M. He has narrated other books. Wind in the Willows and The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes come to mind, for instance. I've not listened to them. I just know that he's done at least those two. So I'm listening to this on Audible. No, this is not a sponsored video. If I ever get to have a sponsored video, it'll be much farther down the road than where I am now. I'll get to in a moment why I'm listening to it rather than reading it. But let me offer you a description of the book. And I'm quoting here, quote, "Here is a gripping account of the major post-war trial of the Nazi hierarchy in World War II. The Nuremberg Trial brilliantly recreates the trial proceedings and offers a reasoned, often profound examination of the processes that created international law." Stay with me. Stay with me with this. From the whimpering of Kaltenbrunner and Ribbentrop on the stand to the icy coolness of Goering, each participant is vividly drawn, unquote. I'm in chapter 4 of this book. What I really like about listening to an audiobook is that a book like this, I probably would have stopped reading as soon as I realized it wasn't the actual trial part, right? At least not at the beginning. But the thing is, one really has to have that introduction of what would ultimately be international law as a background to understand the trials and why they were so important. Things like, should the Allies just take the moral high ground and not really acknowledge but ignore the atrocities committed by Nazis? Should they let the mob, some mob justice, if you will? I don't mean Al Capone kind of mob. I mean, people who were affected, the survivors. And then if they allowed that, then how many would be enough for justice? 40,000, 50,000? These are numbers that they were talking about. I'm not just pulling these out of nowhere. Should war started by a country against, in an unprovoked manner, should that be against the law? That's a profound question. Can you imagine if that had been written into international law? I think about the what ifs of that and think, wow, we could have a whole different world in front of us. What would that look like? And in the end, and what was fascinating too was the military wanted politicians to make some decisions. Egads, do politicians really make decisions? I mean, do they now? Do we want them to? Probably not. Probably not. At least not the ones around here in the U.S. Egads, good portion of them. Stay away. Stay away from my rights, that's for sure. So the politicians overall just wanted to kick the can down the road. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? The military wanted to know what to do with these prisoners, and politicians just wanted to bury their heads in the sand. It was... It's still really, we're talking, well, it would have been the end of it would have been the end of the war, which was 1945. And these people were trying to make decisions. Well, they weren't trying to make decisions. So I just find this utterly fascinating. We're not just talking U.S. politicians. We're talking politicians in the U.K. and other allies too, where... was it Stalin who had joked about killing them all? And, the horrified, was it FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and Winston Churchill, who were kind of horrified by that. I find this really fascinating material, which I think you would too, if you were to listen to this as an audiobook as opposed to reading it. I do know that reading the reviews of people who read the book as a Kindle book, that they talked about the number of ridiculous spelling errors, and on every page, multiple spelling errors on every page, that one person said that it took him a while to realize that capital H-I-D-E-R, a name in the book, actually was Hitler. How can you misspell the name Hitler? Hitler, of all people. Written as Hyder. This comes to mind. So, that would drive me up the bloomin' wall, to be honest. It just would drive me crazy. As for the narrator, I really like his voice. He speaks with a great deal of authority. There's a quality about his voice that tells me that he is being honest and forthright, and I believe him. That's important to me when I'm listening to a book. If I hear someone offering a sing-songy sort of voice talking about history, that would drive me nuts, and I would probably stop listening to it, because that kind of voice annoys me to no end. Maybe that wouldn't bother you. I don't know, but it would bother me tremendously. I can only speak for myself. So far, as I said, I'm in chapter 4. It's the narrator is talking about describing these people who are these Nazis, and not only Nazis, but he's describing allies as well. And some of them have kind of funny descriptions. Um, so, anyway, I find this book just tremendously good listening material, and look forward to more of it. So what I like about an audiobook as opposed to reading one is that I can listen to it in my car, for instance, through my car speakers, which is fantastic. When I was driving back from up north of here yesterday, which was going to be about an hour's drive given the time of day, listening to that audiobook, and then of course I didn't have to listen to Google Maps anymore. I could shut that off. It was great. I was on the highway, or interstate, as we prefer, seems to be the preferred term here in Vermont, but it's a highway. It's I-89. And so I drove for miles and listened to this book, and, you know, captivating. Kept me entertained. So I do highly recommend this. I think you would enjoy it too. I have no code to offer you for free, but you know, maybe your credit card is offering you something for free on Audible. I know my credit card offered me, I think it was 4 free months. I think it was 4 months free. And this book is, let me see how long it is. 25 hours and 45 minutes long. That's how long this audiobook is. What I really like too is this is an unabridged listening experience. I only like to listen to unabridged books. I don't want to figure out what they cut out. I just want to hear all of it. I want to hear all of what the author had to say. I have 23 hours and change left, so it's just really good. The Audible release date was February 15, 2013, so 9 years ago. Wow. Anyhow, if you want an absolutely gripping book, then this is certainly one for you. If you like my content, please subscribe. And once you've subscribed, click on the notifications bell, and you'll be notified each and every time I upload a brand spanking shiny new video just for you, which still, as of March 22, 2022, is still every day of the week. And for those who have subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. As for the 2 people who have made requests, I hope to have one coming soon. If not, maybe a teaser video, because I'll be up in that area tomorrow again, to give some brief history of the place. I'm still trying to track down some information. Shout out to Patty from the Highgate Library and Community Center yesterday, who's abundantly helpful. Really appreciate that. Great sense of humor. Very nice. Gave me some history of the library building itself. Who doesn't love that? That was just fun, and really helpful. Gave me some great ideas. Helped me when I was at the library. Just fantastic. Yay. Going to try to have some material for you as well, because she had specifically requested an area, which is on my list. So probably this weekend I'll try to get to that. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how early I get up into Franklin County and deeper into Franklin County. All right. On that cheery, happy note, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. And until I see you tomorrow, hey, have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine, because no ring light today, no irritating light in my eyes, because it's so bright in here. So, this is Patricia. I'm traveling for history. And until I see you tomorrow, have a great day.